sick of watching your retirement dreams evaporate under $3,000 monthly rents, insurance premiums that feel like mortgages, and grocery bills that punish you for buying fresh fruit? What if I told you there's a place where history whispers through cobblestone alleys, where your neighbors bring homemade olive oil to your doorstep, and where owning a home can cost less than a used car back in the States? Today, we're exploring 10 stunning corners of Italy, where homes under $45,000 aren't just real. They're waiting for retirees who crave beauty, culture, and financial freedom. And property number one? It's the kind of opportunity you'll think we made up. Stay tuned, because what we reveal about the cost of living will change the way you picture retirement forever. Property 10, the Apulian Trullo Retreat, $45,000. Imagine waking up in a whitewashed stone cottage with a cone-shaped roof that looks like something out of a storybook. Welcome to Apulia, or Puglia as locals call it, in Italy's sun-soaked south. For around $45,000, you can actually own a trullo, a traditional circular stone dwelling unique to this region. Inside, vaulted ceilings keep summers cool, while thick walls hold the scent of centuries. Step outside, an ancient olive grove stretches far as the eye can see, the silver-green leaves shimmering in the breeze. Daily life here is a symphony of simplicity. Rent averages $400 if you don't own, utilities run about $100, and groceries hover around $250 a month. Fresh focaccia at the bakery costs $1.50, and a plate of handmade orecchiette pasta with local tomato sauce is $7. A glass of rich Primitivo wine, barely $2. Compare that to a dinner out in Los Angeles, where the same meal could drain $40 from your wallet. Healthcare is covered by Italy's universal system, with private insurance options for retirees, starting at just $60 monthly. But the magic here isn't just affordability, it's community. In Puglia, life revolves around family and neighbors. Every Sunday, markets overflow with figs, olives, and cheese, where farmers greet you by name after only a few visits. Evenings bring the passeggiata, the leisurely stroll through the piazza where everyone gathers to socialize. Mary and Paul, retirees from Oregon, told friends back home, "We thought Italy was just a dream for the rich." Turns out, it was cheaper than our condo fees in Portland. Owning a trullo here doesn't just give you a home, it roots you into a lifestyle as timeless as the stones themselves. And while others in America battle mortgages into their 70s, you could be planting olive trees in your backyard, pressing your own oil, and watching the sun sink behind centuries-old stonework that feels like it was waiting just for you. In a place like this, retirement isn't the end of the story. It's the start of a new chapter you didn't even know you deserved. And if you think living among olive groves is magical, wait until you see the seaside hideaway just around the corner in Liguria. Property 9, the Ligurian Coast. Hideaway, $43,000. Picture yourself perched above the glittering Ligurian Sea, where pastel-colored houses tumble down cliffs and fishing boats bob gently below. The air is scented with salt water and basil, and your balcony garden overlooks the Mediterranean. Liguria, home to the famous Cinque Terre, still hides quiet inland villages, where homes can be had for as little as $43,000. Imagine a compact stone house with terracotta tiles, shutters that swing open to catch sea breezes, and a winding lane leading straight to a piazza where locals sip espresso under striped awnings. Life here blends affordability with luxury. Rent near the coast runs $500, while inland villages drop to $350. Utilities hover around $120, groceries $260. Dining out is a delight. Pesto pasta, invented right here, costs just $8. Fresh seafood platters average $15. Compare that to San Diego, where coastal living eats up $3,000 in rent before you even buy groceries. Healthcare access is excellent, with modern hospitals in Genoa and La Spezia, and doctor visits costing under $25 out of pocket. Safety is strong in these fishing villages, where neighbors watch over one another's homes, and crime is virtually non-existent. For retirees, Italy's elective residency visa provides a clear path to long stays. Susan, a retired librarian from London, recalls, "My friends thought I was crazy. leaving the UK for a little Italian village, but now I wake up to sea views. My pension stretches further than I ever dreamed, and the sense of belonging here is something I never had back home. For $43,000, you're not just buying walls, you're buying a seat at the Mediterranean's front row. And here's what seals the deal. While Americans pay thousands for a week at a resort, you could live this life every day, walking to the harbor for fresh anchovies, greeting fishermen who wave as if you've always belonged. But the Mediterranean isn't the only place with surprises, because Sardinia is hiding something scientists are calling the key to living longer. Property 8. The Sardinian Village House, $41,000. Sardinia isn't just about dazzling beaches. It's about mountain villages where time slows, where neighbors live into their 90s, and where community is woven into everyday life. In these hilltop towns, stone houses sell for as little as $41,000. Imagine a 3-story home with a balcony overlooking winding shepherd trails and skies that shift from sapphire to crimson each evening. The air smells of rosemary, and the silence is broken only by goat bells echoing across valleys. Your wallet will thank you here. Rent runs $280 to $350, utilities $90, groceries $220. A plate of pecorino cheese with fresh bread costs $5. Seafood straight from the Mediterranean averages $12 at local trattorias, washed down with a carafe of wine for $4. Healthcare is widely accessible, with Sardinia's hospitals ranking high for quality. What makes Sardinia extraordinary isn't just affordability, it's connection. These are the same mountain villages that scientists study for their astonishing number of centenarians. Anthony, a retired mechanic from Detroit, describes it best. Back home, I spent evenings alone with the TV. Here, neighbors knock on my door with homemade wine or fresh figs. Every day feels like a celebration of being alive. And when researchers ask locals the secret of their longevity, the answer is always the same: good food, good friends, and good wine. In Sardinia, the word retirement doesn't mean slowing down. It means entering the best years of your life. Where else can $41,000 buy not only shelter, but a lifestyle that science says could literally add years to your life? And if long life sounds appealing, wait until you see the forgotten region of Molise, where affordability meets timeless tradition. Property 7. The hillside haven of Molise, $44,000. Imagine standing on a balcony where morning light spills across vineyards, the bells of distant churches ringing over misty valleys. This is Molise, Italy's forgotten region, and therefore, its most affordable secret. For $44,000, a 2-story stone home is yours, complete with terracotta floors, arched doorways, and a garden big enough for olive trees and tomatoes. Monthly costs here feel almost unbelievable. Rent is $300, utilities $100, groceries $220, with dinner at the local trattoria costing $10. Compare that to Phoenix, where $1,600 rents and $400 utilities swallow a pension whole. Healthcare is covered through Italy's system, with private insurance options starting at $55 a month. Safety here borders on idyllic. Molise has some of the lowest crime rates in Italy, and community ties are unbreakable. David, a retired school principal from Toronto, says, "We thought moving to Molise meant isolation. But our neighbors brought olive oil, vegetables, even homemade wine. Suddenly, we were part of a family we didn't know we needed." And there's another perk. Molise hosts ancient festivals where villagers parade in traditional costumes, reenacting rituals that have been unchanged for centuries. Imagine walking through your front door after such an evening, full of song and light, and realizing this isn't a holiday, it's your daily life. Still, what if you could have all this in the sea at your doorstep? That's exactly what Sicily has in store. Next, Property 6, the Sicilian Seaside Retreat, $42,000. Close your eyes and hear the Mediterranean waves crash against golden shores. Smell lemons from trees lining narrow lanes. In southern Sicily, $42,000 buys you a seaside home within walking distance of turquoise waters. Picture balconies where you sip espresso each morning, while fishermen unload their catch at the harbor. Living costs here are refreshingly low. Rent averages $400 for 2 bedrooms, groceries $250, utilities $110, a seafood pasta dish is $10, a pizza $6, and wine flows for $2 a glass. Healthcare is both affordable and high quality, with local clinics offering services at a fraction of U.S. prices. Ellen, a 67-year-old from Chicago, explains, "I thought retiring abroad meant sacrifices, but here, I gained everything. Daily swims, fresh fish, sunshine, and friendships. Safety in coastal Sicilian villages is better than many U.S. suburbs, and English is spoken more than you'd expect. For $42,000, you're not just buying walls, you're buying a seaside rhythm that feels like paradise." And here's the kicker. In many of these villages, festivals spill into the streets all summer long, with fireworks over the harbor and food stalls where neighbors insist you eat until you can't move. Retirement in Sicily isn't just about lowering costs, it's about raising joy. And if Sicily feels like paradise, wait until you step into the green heart of Italy, Umbria, where every day feels like stepping into a Renaissance painting. Property 5, the Umbrian Village Cottage, $45,000. Step onto cobblestone lanes where geraniums spill from stone windowsill, bells ring from medieval towers, and vineyards roll endlessly. In Umbria, Italy's green heart, you can buy a rustic cottage for $45,000. Think heavy oak doors, fireplaces big enough for bread ovens, and terraces covered in jasmine. Monthly costs stay low, $500 for central rentals, $350 in villages. Utilities rarely exceed $120, groceries average $250, and dining out is a cultural event. Truffle pasta for $12, wine for $3 a glass. Healthcare is excellent, with top hospitals in Perugia and Terni. Mark and Julia, a couple from Arizona, sold their Phoenix condo and bought here. Julia says, "We didn't just move into a house. We stepped into a community where everyone knows our name. Expats thrive in Umbria, joining local markets, wine tastings, and festivals. Imagine strolling through a medieval piazza at night, lanterns glowing overhead, while musicians play violins on the steps of a cathedral older than the United States itself." And here's the secret. Umbria's slower pace of life doesn't just save money, it restores time. Suddenly, retirement isn't about running out of days. It's about filling each one richly. But what if you want sunsets over turquoise seas? Calabria might just be your perfect stage. Property 4, the Calabrian Sunset Home, $40,000. Calabria glows in golden light as the sun sets over turquoise waters. For $40,000, you can own a balcony home where jasmine perfumes the air, and every evening is a painting. Homes here often feature wrought iron railings, marble floors, and kitchens that spill into courtyards shaded by lemon trees. Living costs remain some of the lowest in Italy. Rent averages $320, groceries $200, utilities $100, seafood dinners cost $10, bottles of local wine $5. Property taxes? Around $150 annually. Compare that to Florida, where beachfront condos soar past $300,000 and monthly expenses run $3,500 or more. Safety here is strong in small villages. John, a retired firefighter, jokes, "I paid more for my truck back in New Jersey than for this house. Now my days are filled with sunsets and neighbors who treat me like family." Calabria isn't just cheap, it's rich in rhythm. Summer festivals stretch late into the night. Families eat dinner together under string lights in courtyards, and neighbors will invite you over for homemade limoncello as if you've known them forever. For $40,000, this isn't just a bargain. It's a second chance at the kind of simple, beautiful life so many dream of, but never find. And here, you don't just watch the sunset, you live inside it. And if southern sunsets sound dreamy, the Alpine Heights of Piedmont will take your breath away. Next, Property 3, the Piedmont Alpine Chalet, $43,000. For mountain lovers, Piedmont offers alpine beauty at a price that feels impossible. A chalet-style home here costs around $43,000. Wooden balconies look over ski slopes and forests, while crisp air carries the scent of pine. Winters bring snow-dusted roofs. Summers deliver cool breezes and wildflowers. Monthly costs: rent $400, utilities $130, groceries $250. Dinner of polenta and mushrooms runs $12. Wine cheaper than soda. Hospitals in Turin are world-class, ensuring strong health care. Linda, a retired nurse from Boston, beams. Back home, $700 covered electricity alone. Here, it covers my entire life. Wine, groceries, heating, everything. And the mountains remind me every day that life is about more than bills. Safety is rock solid, with English spoken thanks to ski tourism. Piedmont isn't just about affordability. It's about living in a place where the seasons matter again, where autumn brings chestnut roasts, spring delivers wildflower festivals, and winter means cozy evenings with mulled wine by the fire. And the best part? While friends in the US hide indoors during heat waves, you'll be stepping outside into crisp alpine air that feels like nature's own retirement gift. But if mountains aren't your dream, how about a $45,000 Tuscan retreat that looks like it belongs in a movie? Property 2, the Tuscan Hill Retreat, $45,000. Say Tuscany, and most people imagine million-dollar villas and luxury estates. But tucked in its lesser-known villages are stone cottages for $45,000. Picture terracotta rooftops, lavender-lined courtyards, and kitchens where you can cook under wooden beams, blackened by centuries of fires. Living costs are manageable. Rent $550 in smaller towns, $350 to $400 in surrounding hills, utilities $130, groceries $280. Dining out is cultural ritual. Espresso for $1.50, Chianti wine for $4 a glass, fresh pasta dishes for $10. Healthcare access is world-class, with Florence and Siena's hospitals nearby. Jane, a retired teacher from Seattle, says, "We never thought Tuscany was possible. Now our days are filled with vineyards, sunsets, and neighbors who invite us in for dinner like family." Tuscany isn't just beauty, it's belonging. And at $45,000, it's no longer a dream reserved for the wealthy. Imagine sipping wine under olive trees while church bells ring in the distance, or walking through vineyards at dusk as fireflies glow. Tuscany offers the kind of cinematic life others watch in films. Here, you live it every day. For less than the cost of 1 year in an American retirement home, you could be calling Tuscany home forever. And finally, we reveal Abruzzo, the secret gem that blends mountains and sea, for under $40,000. Property 1, the secret gem of Abruzzo, $39,000. Finally, Abruzzo, Italy's best-kept secret. Here, for $39,000, you can own a 3-story townhouse in a village where mountains meet the Adriatic Sea. One morning, you swim at sandy beaches. That afternoon, you're hiking alpine trails. Abruzzo gives you both. Monthly living costs? Rent $300, groceries $200, utilities $100, healthcare under $70 a month, property taxes around $200 annually. Compare that to Miami, where condos swallow $3,000 a month, and insurance alone costs more than a mortgage. Maria, a retiree from Denver, says, "Back home, retirement meant cutting back. Here, I gained more space, more culture, more joy. Safety ranks high, healthcare is reliable, and integration is easy thanks to government support programs." Abruzzo doesn't just offer affordability, it offers possibility. You can turn an attic into an artist's studio, rent a spare room to summer travelers, or simply spend your days walking medieval streets where neighbors call you by name. Imagine autumn festivals celebrating the grape harvest, where you dance in the square with people who feel like lifelong friends. For less than $40,000, Abruzzo proves that retirement can be richer, fuller, and freer than you ever imagined. If this video has been helpful so far, consider hitting that subscribe button. It really supports the channel as we uncover hidden opportunities most people never discover. And before you pack your bags, let's uncover why these homes are so cheap and why this opportunity won't last forever. So why are these homes so cheap? Misconceptions. Tourists assume Italy means Florence or Rome. They fear bureaucracy, crime, or lack of modern comforts. But EU investment has brought fiber internet, reliable roads, and excellent health care even to remote villages. And community ties in small towns often rival or surpass the connections retirees miss in America. The truth is, retirement doesn't have to mean shrinking your dreams. With informed choices, it can mean expansion. More joy, more freedom, more connection. Think about it, 39,000 to 45,000 homes, $500 to $700 monthly costs. Healthcare ranked among the world's best. Communities that welcome you like family. Compare that to America. $400,000 median home prices, healthcare draining 30% of income, and social isolation in gated communities. The choice is clear. But this window won't stay open. As more retirees discover these overlooked Italian treasures, prices will rise, visas may tighten, and the best opportunities will vanish. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Mountains, seaside, or countryside? Where would you choose? Drop a comment below and share which of these properties surprised you most. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Italy's hidden gems. If you enjoyed this, check out our next video on Portugal's rural homes for under $50,000. Trust me, you won't believe what we found there. Until next time, remember, the best retirement destinations are usually the ones nobody else is talking about yet. Don't let this be the opportunity you wish you'd taken sooner.